Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Matt with Green Bar Trading. Currently sitting out in the gazebo. It is Friday morning. I think going on around maybe 10:30 in the morning. And we have a 3-day weekend upcoming. So first of all, for those of you that don't know that, it is a 3-day weekend. We have Labor Day on Monday, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday is actually a Jewish holiday. So this could be an extended weekend for some big Wall Street traders. Some, big institutional hedge funds and investors could be taking a long weekend. So know that going into next week, we could see a little bit lighter volume and then picking up towards the end of the week. So today we saw the jobs number come out. The number was so much weaker than anticipated that it just clarified and, basically supported the Fed in that they're not going to be rushing to raise rates. They're not going to be rushing to taper anytime soon because the jobs just aren't there yet. We'll see what, next month shows once enhanced unemployment benefits end for all the states. We should see that number going way higher than it is. And this report was really bad. So that sent a lot of value stocks down because it doesn't show a strong economy when you're adding such a small amount of jobs and far under the estimates. But that does send the tech shares to the moon. The tech likes when the Fed is going to be more accommodating. They're going to keep interest rates down. And then also the treasury yields also go down. Because if the Fed isn't going to be raising rates or tapering anytime soon, that just sends the 10-year, plummeting, which is good for growth stocks. So that's why you saw the NASDAQ kind of outperform some of the other indexes. So with all that out of the way, I'm going to share my screen with you guys here in a second. I took some trades. We traded the momentum stock APOP, and we also traded the E-mini futures, like what I've been trading. And I'm going to go over that in a second. But before I do, how many of you out there tend to over trade, right? I mean, it's a real issue. Trading is so accessible nowadays. I mean, I took a trade the other day from the bus stop. I was putting my kids on the bus and I got into a position. It's just way too easy to overtrade. So that is going to be my learning lesson for the day. Please do not overtrade. It's not good for your mental capital and it's not good for your trading account. You might get lucky here and there, but I found personally the more times where I hit a goal, right? I'm up nice on the day. I open up the platform, a lot of times making these recaps, and I jump into another trade. And, I got to say probably 90% of the time, I end up giving back a percent of my gains where I would have just been better off, mentally, right? Not spending that time, continuing to trade for no reason, only to lose money or then, get it back and break even anyway. It's just not good to overtrade. So I think going into next week, I'm going to institute for myself a set of stricter rules, okay? You guys that have followed me for a while know I am a huge proponent of making rules and following those rules. You have to follow them. You can't just make a beautiful set of rules and not follow them. So I'm going to be a little more strict on myself. And today was an example of that. I was up over $200. It was a beautiful morning. And then I jump into one too many trades when I see the market while I was right on the direction. It just didn't work out. And I ended up getting stopped out a couple of times before the move actually happened. And that happens so often. And it's just better off, you know, hitting a certain goal or whatever you find that is a good amount of money to make. Now, $200 is a great amount to make before 9 a.m. You know, on the East Coast. That's where I am. Before people are even going to work, to already be up $200 and then to take more trades. I don't know if that's really that great. So anyway, I ended up giving back 25% of my gains for the day. I still finished up just over $150. So I am happy about that, but it's kind of bittersweet because I have a bad taste in my mouth. And after I make this, you know, recap, I'm just totally shutting it down. I'm going to go for a 3-mile run and get that energy out of my body, come back home, have some lunch and relax. And I'm not even going to open up the platform. Trading is just way too accessible. So here we go. My teaching lesson for the day. Okay, sharing the screen. We're up $90 on APOP, 62 on the futures, making today up $152.50. An SQ position, I closed for about a $20, $25 gain. But once I saw the futures and the good news for tech stocks, I decided just to sell at $7.29 and, you know, not really risk it and hold it over the weekend, even though I do still think that that market is definitely going to be pulling back. So that's it, up 152. And the trades that I took, I'll go over APOP a little bit more in depth in tomorrow's video. But I traded this on when news came out, and you can see here, trading indexes during big news events is a dangerous thing. So if you have any trades going before a big news announcement, like this was the 830 jobs number, you should take the trade off and then find out where the market wants to go and then put your trade back on. Because if you keep a trade on before this, that's just literally gambling, because how do you know what the number is going to be, and how do you know how the market is going to react? You can have your ideas, but nobody knows. You saw the estimates today. They were so off. That's what these people get paid money to do, to give these estimates. Nobody knows anything. Once you realize that and you just do your own due diligence, you're going to be so much better off trading. So anyway, I got into a position here, had a win, and then I ran into a couple of losses over in this area here. I had a target that I thought the price was going to come down to about 20 to 22. So I got in for that right around here, and I ended up getting stopped out before the move came back down. Luckily, I caught that move back down. But, you know, trading that first half an hour on the futures until price tells you where the market wants to go, it's very risky. And you can see here, this is coming up against VWAP and a price level here in purple that we have. So it's going to see some resistance here. and could pull back since it could not make a high. Now, this is where I would be taking a short position. Having the platform open is so difficult when you see setups like this. I would be taking a short here and probably looking for it to come back down to at least, I would say 27 or so. But trading's too accessible. Like I said, it's not even worth continuing to spend the mental capital. And if this thing rips down after I just said it, this is why I can't have the platform open. and there it goes. This is a good setup though. You have a double top here and you have sort of a weird down day. This to me was a very clear short, but there's been plenty of times where it hasn't worked out. So that could have been about a $75 trade right there. If I would have taken that, if I would hold it to, you know, coming down to 26, 27s, then you're looking at about a $200 trade. So that's it. You get some live market analysis from me as I'm making the recap, but I'm going to go on my run right now. I'm going to shut it down and enjoy the 3-day weekend. And I hope all of you do. I'll have another video tomorrow going over APOP specifically and how I traded it today, because I think it's really important to learn strategy on how to trade certain stocks. And the momentum stock, I mean, it was the leading gapper. It was the #1 momentum stock this morning. So that'll be tomorrow. And then Sunday will be our weekly watch list video. Hit the thumbs up and I will see you back on the next one. Take care.